Hello everyone, my name is Rajiv. In this project, I was responsible for setting up the database and running SQL queries using adminers. Firstly, I created a database and imported SQL file. This automatically created all required tables like employee daily production, oil type, and weekly report. The first query created the weekly report, which shows the oil type, country, quantity, export company, export date. The second query generated a daily production. It shows production date, number of barrel, well name, filtration station, and oil type. The third query shows the employee data, which shows employee name, job type, and the country. SQL is used to extract structured data from the database. This data was then used in Excel for analysis and reporting. At the conclusion, these SQL queries help prepare accurate data for the next step. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is MD Jahidul Islam, and for this project I was assigned for the Excel data analysis and the financial calculation for tab 1, which focuses on the weekly export. So if you open my slide, you can see I started by taking the raw data that member 1 exported from our SQL database using query 1, and I organized it here. So first I applied header filters at the top so we can easily sort out our data by country, date or company. And then to make sense of this raw data, I built a summary table over here on the right. So to calculate the total quantity for each country, I didn't just add them manually, I used the SUMIF function. So for example, by telling Excel to look for China in the main data, I automatically calculated a total of 106,000 barrels. I also used the NIFS and MAXIFS functions to extract the exact start and end export dates for each region. And another technical step was creating the three-letter company abbreviation column. So to do this, I combined the left MID and FIND text functions. So this formula automatically finds the spaces between the words in the company's name and extracts the first letter of each word, turning China Petroexport into CPE. So next, I handle the financial calculations outlined in a part D. We were given a base price of $64 per barrel. However, each country has different GST and custom fees. So I created a formula that calculates the final price per barrel by taking the $64 base price and adding the specific tax percentage. So, for instance, China's total price per barrel comes out to $73.09, and I then multiplied this custom barrel price by the total quantity we found earlier to get our total export price for each country, which feeds directly into our group's final financial report. Mm. So finally, I created two visual dashboards to summarize our findings. This pie chart clearly illustrates the export quantity distribution, showing that China holds the largest share of our exports. So the bar chart breaks down the total quantity handled by each specific export company, giving us a quick visual understanding of our top distributors. That covers the weekly export analysis and calculation. I'll now pass it over to member 3 who will walk you through the daily production and employee data. Thank you.
Hi everyone. Today I will be presenting the operation and production performance report for Anton Oil Company. This report covers daily production data from November 2025 through January 2026, alongside a workforce analysis of company's 120 employees. So let's dive in. Executive summary before we get into the details. Here is the big picture over the reporting period. Anton Oil Company recorded total of 40.2 million barrels of oil production across 100 production events, and operation ran across 3 active oils and 6 filtration stations. Production 6 distinct oil product types, like the company employees and 120 staff across 5 job categories. The chart at the bottom gives us a quick visual of how production is distributed by oil type, and we can already see that heating oil and jet fuel are the top performers. So production by filtration station, looking at task 2, total barrels per filtration station. Oil station 4 is the clear leader with 9.56 million barrels, making up to 23.8% of total output. Oil station 1 comes second at nearly 8 million barrels, followed by oil station 2. The two gas station, like gas station 1 and gas station 2, contribute less, with gas station 2 being the lowest at around 4.4 million barrels or 10.9%. Together, the 6 station proceeds all 40.2 million barrels in reporting window. Production by well name, task 3 breaks down production by well. The company operators 3 wells, DH1, DH2 and DH3. DH2 is the top performer, producing 16.4 million barrels. That's 40.9% of total production, nearly double what DH3 produced. And DH1 contribute 14.2 million barrels at 35.3%. DH3 was the smallest at 9.6 million barrels or 23.8%. The pie chart makes it clear just how dominant DH2 is. It alone accounts for more than 14th of all production. Production by oil type. Now let's look at the product mix. Task 4 shows us the total barrels by oil type. Heating oil types, the least at 8.93 million barrels, 22.2%, followed closely by jet fuel at 8.28 million. 8.28 million, like 20.6%. Together these products makes up 42% of total output. Refinery gas, gasoline and LPG are the mid-range, each contribution roughly 15 to 17%. Diesel is the smallest category at just over 4 million barrels or 10.1% of the total. The product mix has important implication for pricing and supply planning. Employee workforce analysis. Shifting to the employee data, Anton Oil Company has 120 employees drawn from the 5 countries: South Korea, China, Germany, Iran and Iraq. South Korea is by far the largest contributor with 37 employees, or nearly 31% of the workforce. China follows with 24 and Germany with 23. Iran and Iraq each have 18 employees. In terms of job roles, diggers and engineers are tied as the largest categories with 26. Each technician follows with 24. While admin and drivers each have 22. This shows a relatively balanced distribution across operational roles. Key insight and conclusion to wrap up. Here are the 5 key takeaway from the analysis. First, heating oil and jet fuel are the dominant product types. Together, they represent 42.8% of all production. Second, the oil station 4 is the most productive filtration point, processing nearly a quarter of barrels. And third, while DH2 is the powerhouse of drilling operation, producing 40.9% of the total output. Fourth, South Korea is the most represented nationality in the full workforce at 30.8%, and fifth, the workforce is well balanced across job categories, with diggers and engineers jointly leading the headcount. This insight can inform both operational discussion and workforce planning going forward. Yeah, that's all, and thank you all.
Hi everyone, the today topic is the financial performance analysis of Entel Oil introductions. The Entel Oil provides a comprehensive overview of the financial health and operational efficiency of Entel Oil Company, which operates in the oil and gas sector in Iraq. The analysis is based on production data, export activities, and workforce metrics over a 3-month rolling period, dynamic as the company performance and profitabilities. The 7th sector is the main factor of the table's contents. The first one of the executive summaries and the quarterly sales performance and the workforce and operation costs and the revenue, profit and financial position, visual analysis and conclusions and references. The first step of the executive summary. Entel Oil Company is engaged in the extractions, processing and exportations in petroleum product. The report highlighted the company has a robust export activity across most of the countries, including China, Japan, Australia, Norway, South Korea, and Jordan, despite maintaining stable production rates and organized workforce. The company faces high operational costs and significant impact is profitability and the quarterly sales performances. The company exports crude oil to multiple nations, with nation exported quantities calculated using a fixed amount of the $64 USD. The pricing strategy is crucial for determining total sales revenues, which are essentials for assessing the company financial health. The third one is the workforce and operational costs. The analysis of workforce structures reveals that company distribution is categorized by location and job roles, which directly influences operational efficiency and costs. The monthly operational expenses were detailed as follows. The first one of the employee salaries is more than $2 lakhs, and the maintenance expensive and the electricity expensive more than $11,000. And the fourth part is the revenue, profit and financial positions. The financial analysis indicates why Entel Oil generates substantial revenue from exports. High operations and maintenance costs hinder profitability. The formula used to assess profit as the first step of the profit, total revenue and the total expenses. The visual analysis. The report includes visual representations of financial performances such as bar charts comparing total revenue against total expenses. These visuals help clarify the profit margins and provide insights into the country and financial dynamics. Additional graphical analysis include export, distribution and employee performances metrics. And the conclusions. In conclusions, while Entel Oil demonstrates strong export capabilities and consistent production, its high operational cost, particularly in maintenance, faces significant challenging to achieving profitability. The report advocates for enhanced operational efficiency and strategic financial planning to improve profitability and support the company long term.